Namaste children, this is Paramji from the Department of English, and today we are going to read an interesting story named Bholi. It has been written by K.A. Abbas, who was an Indian novelist, film director, journalist, playwright and a short story writer who gained international acclaim for his contribution in the field of literature. In this story, the writer has highlighted the biased attitude of some people towards their daughters. He has criticized the discrimination on the basis of gender as well as physical appearance. The story describes the misfortunes that befall a young pretty girl and her struggle against the evil customs of the society and victory in the end. The story also highlights that we need to empower women with education so that they can fight for their rights and they can raise their voice against the evil practices that are followed in our society. Now let's take a look at the story. Bholi has been neglected right from the early childhood. But her teacher still took special interest in her. Let's find out why. Bholi was named Sulekha, but since her childhood, everyone had been calling her Bholi, which means a simpleton. She was the fourth daughter of Nambadar Ramlal, and when she was 10 months old, she had fallen off the cot and hurt herself. That is why she remained a backward child and she came to be known as Bholi the simpleton. She was quite fair and pretty when she was born, but later on she suffered from smallpox. Only the eyes were saved, but her entire body was permanently disfigured by deep black pockmarks. Since she had been neglected, she had never been encouraged to talk. So she could not start talking until she was 5, and then at last she started speaking. She stammered and everyone else made fun of her. This made her all the more disturbed. So she talked very less. Ramlal had 7 children, 3 sons and 4 daughters. There was plenty to eat and drink since it was the house of a prosperous farmer. All the children except Bholi were healthy and strong. The sons were sent to school and later on to college to study, but the girls were not given a chance to go to school even. Of the daughters, Radha, the eldest one, had already been married, and the second daughter, Mangla's marriage had also been settled, and when that was done, Ramlal would think of getting the third daughter named Champa married. They were good looking, healthy girls, and it was not at all difficult to find bridegrooms for them. But Ramlal was really worried about Bholi because she neither had good looks nor intelligence. This tells us that during that time, the main purpose of a girl's life was considered to be getting a good marriage proposal. They were not given a chance to educate themselves. They were just taught household work and were married off when they came of age. Bholi was 7 years old when Mangla was married. The same year, a primary school for girls was opened in the village and the Tehsildar himself came to perform its opening ceremony, and he told Ramlal, since he was a representative of the government as he was a revenue official, so he had to set a good example by sending his own daughters to the school. But when he discussed this with his wife, she did not like the proposal. She said if they sent their daughters to school, no one would marry them. But Ramlal did not have the courage to disobey the Tehsildar. At last, his wife said, okay, send Bholi to school because she did not have good looks and she wasn't very intelligent. So there weren't many chances of her getting a good marriage proposal. So they both decided to send Bholi to school. The next day, Ramlal took Bholi by the hand and told her to go to the school. Bholi got scared. She didn't know what a school was, and she remembered how a few days ago their old cow Lakshmi had been turned out of the house and sold. So she was very scared. She didn't want to go out of the house because she was really scared. She kept shouting, "No, no, no." The father scolded her, and he told her that he was only taking her to school. Then he told his wife to help her in bathing and getting dressed up properly, because he did not want people to say that he did not look after his daughters well. New clothes had never been made for Bholi. The old dresses of her sisters were passed on to her. No one cared to repair or wash her dirty clothes. But today she was lucky to receive a clean dress which had shrunk after many washings, and it no longer fitted Champa. She was even bathed and oil was rubbed into her dry hair, and the way she was helped in getting ready, she understood that she was going to a place which was better than their own house. When they reached the school, the children were already in their classrooms. Ramlal handed over his daughter to the headmistress. Left alone, poor Bholi looked around with her eyes full of fear. There were a number of rooms, and in each room, girls like her were sitting on mats and they were reading from their books or they were writing on their slates. The headmistress asked Bholi to sit down in a corner in one of the classrooms. Bholi didn't know what a school looked like and what happened there, but she was happy to see a number of girls of her age there, and she hoped that one of these girls would become her friend. The lady teacher who was in the class was speaking to some girls, but Bholi could not understand anything. She started looking at the pictures and started comparing with the things or animals she had seen in reality. Suddenly, Bholi noticed that the teacher was standing by her side and smiling at her. The teacher asked her name, but she could not tell her name because she kept stammering. Then she began to cry, and she kept her head down and she sat in a corner, not daring to look up at the girls because she knew they were laughing at her. When the school bell rang, when the school got over, all the girls, they ran out of the classroom, but Bholi did not dare to leave that corner. Her head still lowered, and she continued sobbing. She continued crying. Bholi. The teacher's voice was so soft and soothing. In all her life, no one had ever spoken to her that softly, that affectionately. Get up, the teacher said, but it was not a command. It was just a friendly suggestion. So Bholi got up. Now tell me your name. Again, Bholi got nervous and she could not speak. She thought her stammering would disgrace her again. But for the sake of that kind woman, she decided to make an effort. She began stammering again. Well done, the teacher encouraged her. Come on now, the full name. Ultimately, she was able to utter her name. So the teacher encouraged her, and then she told her to put the fear out of her heart, and she would definitely be able to speak like everyone else. Bholi looked up as if to ask, really? The teacher said yes, if she overcame her fear, she would definitely be able to speak fluently. Bholi nodded, but the teacher encouraged her to say it aloud, and then she said yes. And Bholi herself was astonished, surprised that she had been able to utter the word. And then the teacher gave her a book with a number of pictures, and the pictures were accompanied by the words written in big black letters. And then she said that in 1 month she would be able to read that book. Then she would give her another book, and after reading that one, she would be getting another book so that she could continue her learning. And the teacher also said that after some time, she would be more learned than anyone else in the village. Then no one would ever laugh at her, no one would make fun of her. People would listen to her and respect her. Bholi felt as if suddenly all the bells in the village temple were ringing and the trees in front of the schoolhouse had blossomed into big red flowers. Her heart was filled with a new hope and a new life.